Are we ready with Perez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record, the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Donell Alfredo Perez 24-02986. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Perez, who is standing to my right along with an interpreter.
And the interpreter can raise her right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret in the matter before the court completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communication, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. State your first and last name and spell both.
Susana Villarreal, Susana Villarreal.
Okay, today's the date scheduled, and this is scheduled for a pre-trial when a driving unlicensed. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the city is moving to amend the driving while unlicensed to impeding traffic charge.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's a civil infraction that Mr. Perez will be accepting responsibility for.
The fine is $135. When can he pay?
Your Honor, he asked me for a December 5th due date.
Okay, all set. He'll pay by December 5th. Does he have any questions for the court?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Or yeah, so it's so old. It's from 2002. It's not.
Did you remove it?
Yeah.
We have anything else ready to go?
We're trying to figure that out right now. If you would mind giving us just one moment to figure out the deferred sentencing case.
Okay, sounds good. Who was the deferred sentencing case? Okay, that's Garcia.
It's Garcia. That's correct, Your Honor. We're trying to figure out what the terms of the original plea were.
It should be located in the file.
That's what I've got right now, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Kayla Janae Walker, 22-00461. Okay, Ms. Walker, state your name for the record, please.
Kayla Janae Walker.
Okay, Ms. Walker, today was the date that I set for a show cause hearing. And I set this for show cause hearing because I had made a decision without request to discharge you early from your probation status. And I'm going to explain why I did that, but I had to set it for a show cause because you have a large amount of restitution and court fines that have not been paid. And so you were supposed to complete a term of probation for this charge. And I have dealt with you for some time. You've had a trial on another matter, which you were successful on. This matter was a matter that you originally, I believe, tried where we're going to do a specialty court, but there was an issue and it was sent back. But I've monitored your behavior, not just the transition that you've made while coming to court, but the transition that I've seen in you in the community that you may not even be aware that I'm aware of. And so I saw the changes that you've made and the roles that you're now taking on in your personal life, in your spiritual life, and in your activities in the community. And to be quite honest, I thought that I was very overwhelmed with pride to see that you had really corrected your action from the person that I saw on a video of you during a trial. So you're to be commended for that. And the goals of probation is always to rehabilitate and not necessarily to be punitive. And so if it is an understanding or a scene that you've already been rehabilitated, there's no need for me to keep further oversight for you because in that instance, it become punitive versus a benefit to you. You're already taking on a new role now. I want to congratulate you on your new role as a wife. And I understand just from my own information in the community that you're involved in some ministry and activities and mentoring and helping others in the community. But just the way you've postured yourself and the way you're carrying yourself is to be commended. You've definitely done a great job in the last couple of years of grasping whatever it was that you were dealing with that put you in the position that brought you before the court so that you can turn it around and become the young lady that you are presenting yourself as today and to continue to strive to be the young lady that you were intended to be on this earth. So congratulations to you for that. So I am going to discharge you early from probation. However, my records reflect you still owe a large amount of oversight and probation fees. I'm going to waive the oversight fees, obviously, from the months that you're not going to be on probation, but you still have some fines and costs, and I need someone in the file with the file to tell me how much she owes with waiving the remaining oversight fee.
With the amounts, it was $852.
The remaining months of oversight fees need to be waived. So what of the $852 is restitution?
I don't see that any restitution was ordered.
There's no OWI cost recovery on the judgment of sentence.
No, it says it was the fines and costs was $412.85. The supervision fee was the $270. So minus subtracting that, it would be the $582.
Where did the $412 come from?
LPD cost recovery.
Yeah, so that's the OWI, and then the $270 is for the probation oversight.
Okay, so yeah, that's the restitution. This says the OWI cost recovery is how much?
$412.85.
And how much has she paid so far?
There was $100 paid July 22nd, 24.
That's all she's paid in total for probation fees?
Yes, that's the only thing I show.
Okay, Ms. Walker, what's your plans for making payment? You have to pay the entirety of the $412.85 because that's restitution that's owed. I'll waive the remaining of the oversight fees. And then I don't believe I assessed any fines and costs other than whatever was statutory. Is that accurate, Ms. Nash?
Yes.
So there's still a $75 crime victim rights fee plus a $50 state minimum cost that was assessed. So you have to pay the $412.85 plus that $125 in statutory fees. And how do you intend to pay that, ma'am?
I can pay that Friday. Or like by Friday.
Okay, I'll note here that you'll pay that by Friday. Once you pay that, that will resolve any further obligation you have to this court for this file. You'll be discharged from probation immediately. We're not going to hold it until Friday. We'll discharge you from probation status. And then we'll note in here that you will make that payment. If you don't make the payment, they'll set it for another show cause or request to set it for another show cause in lieu of setting it for a bench warrant. So if you needed an extension for whatever reason, something comes up between now and Friday, you have to get in contact with my office to talk to me, whether it's in person or by email or whatever, so that we can extend it so that you don't get a show cause or a bench warrant. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any questions or anything that you needed to say to the court?
No, thank you again. I really
You're
appreciate it.
No problem. You're all set for that matter. Then we'll note here that you'll be making payment no later than Friday of this week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let's see. Are we ready, Ms. Sutter?
Yes, Your Honor, we are ready on Mr. Garcia and Mr. Lopez.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Derek Lynn Garcia, 18-07417, council appearance.
Brennan Wandell on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Garcia, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Garcia had a deferred sentencing today. This was for income tax. I'm assuming he pled guilty to one count, and there was an agreement for him to pay the past due income tax. Is that accurate?
We believe that's correct, Your Honor. We've reviewed the court file since both Mr. Waddell and myself are missing any of the original notes in this file, given its age. We believe that is correct.
So I'm assuming this is the matter. I'm just looking at the age. Was this handled by Judge Clark?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, he typically put an accurate note as to what the sentence was or what the next course was, because I know he would have already assessed a fine, which I typically would have held off on because he hadn't technically been sentenced.
That's correct, Your Honor, he did. It just took us a couple of minutes to figure out Judge Clark's codes. We do think we figured out what they are. He did assess, you're correct, the restitution being the unpaid tax, as well as a $75 fine, a $50 fine, and I apologize, I forget the third fine. I believe it was another $75 fine.
Okay, sounds good. And so has the past due income tax been paid?
Not in its entirety, Your Honor.
How much is owed?
And I believe with late fees, the current balance is just over $1,000.
What was the original balance?
I believe the total with fines was $847.30.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was originally had a balance of $847,
$47.30.
and he now owes over $1,000.
That's correct, Your Honor.
It's not that he didn't pay it in its entirety. It didn't sound like he paid anything.
He did make payments, Your Honor. Unfortunately, those didn't overcome the late fees that were tacked on as well.
Yeah, this was something, if Clark handled it, it was since 2019. He's a deferred sentencing, meaning he only had a year, and it's been well over that. So what's his plan to pay the past due balance?
Your Honor, he plans to speak with collections about setting up a monthly payment plan. He already has had some conversation with them as far as I'm aware. Do you have a monthly amount set up with them or no? They're scheduled to have a call with
Sorry,
Mr.
is this
Garcia.
courtroom crying?
Someone's out in the hallway. Miss
I can't
Collins Green is headed outside.
crying. Okay,
Your court officer is attempting to rectify that situation. Someone out in the hallway.
thank you. Okay, so he said he's gonna make monthly payments?
That's correct, Your Honor. He has, someone from collections is supposed to call him. He's advising me. However, his plan right now is about $100 a month.
Okay, so let's see. Give me the total due at this point.
Your Honor, it is $1,016.76.
Okay, well, that's the sentence of the court, $1,016.76. That already includes the crime victim rights fee and the $50 state minimum cost, because Judge Clark assessed that at the time of plea as part of his practice. I'll note here that you'll make a payment of $100 per month. And when will you make the first payment?
He's indicating he's already paid the first $100 for this month, and so when did you pay that? And she's gonna set up when your due date is. Around December 15th or midway through December, Your Honor.
Midway through December, so you're thinking no later than the 15th, sir?
Yes.
And the 15th is a Sunday, Your Honor, if you would allow the 16th.
Okay, no later than the December 16th, and he'll make payment of $100 a minimum per month on the 16th of each month, or by the 16th of each month. Do you have any questions today, sir? I can't hear him.
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Your Honor.
Nothing further.
Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you. Okay, I believe Nicholas Jones is on Zoom.
That's correct, Your Honor, and we're ready to go on, Mr. Jones.
The record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Nicholas Jones. This is 24-02743. Appearance, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Jones, who joins us via Zoom.
Okay, today is the date and the time that's scheduled for a pretrial. This was for an operating while intoxicated. How are we proceeding on this?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we need an adjournment for the defendant to get the SSA assessment.
That's correct, Your Honor. The city has asked Mr. Jones to undergo an assessment prior to any offer being made. We'd be seeking an adjournment of at least 30 days to allow that to happen. My understanding right now is the local assessment places in the city are a little backed up.
Correct. I'm sure with the holidays, it's going to take some time.
That's correct, Your Honor.
We'll probably set this out in January.
Thank you very, very much, Your Honor.
January 21st at 8:30.
January 21st at 8:30 is your next court date. Prior to that, you'll have your assessment, and that will be provided to the city so that you can have your offer prior to that January 21st court date. Do you have any questions today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your question?
So I have to do the assessment before January 21st, and then January 21st will be my next court date?
Correct. Your next court date is going to be January 21st. You need to schedule an assessment immediately because you have to have time to get the assessment. They have to produce a report. That report is then provided to your attorney once you give a waiver so that your attorney can get that report, and she'll provide it to the city. The city will review it, and that will allow them to know how or if they can fashion a offer for you, if there will be any reduction of charge or anything. And so once that happens, you'll get an offer. And so prior to the 21st of January, you should know what your offer is. Okay, so you'll have time to consider that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Jones.
Okay, that's it.
That's it for today.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see David Bartlett Jr.
Your Honor, I've been unable to speak with Mr. Bartlett. Thus far, I do have Mr. Lopez who's here and ready to go. If I'd like to have a couple of minutes to talk to the newly arrived individuals.
David Bartlett Jr.
That's at 11.
He's
Oh,
not.
Your Honor, he's at 11 a.m., so he's a little early.
I recognize that, but he's in my virtual courtroom, so I'm trying to understand if he's going to start his video. Otherwise, he's going to be removed. David Bartlett Jr. Can you hear me? If you need to, if so, you need to unmute. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to remove him from the virtual courtroom. Okay. And have we seen Elliot Love?
Your Honor, I have not seen Mr. Love this morning.
A bench warrant will be issued. Have we seen Chauncey Mendenhall?
I've also not seen Mr. Mendenhall.
Bench warrant Mendenhall. And I know that there was show causes. Is Ronald Hurd present?
No.
Okay, bench warrant for failure to pay. Dennis Lee.
Don't have a Dennis Lee here. I'll check in the hallway again.
Dennis Lee. Mendenhall.
Oh, Chauncey's here, Mendenhall.
Mr. Mendenhall just walked in.
Mendenhall.
Okay, so you said Mendenhall is present?
That's correct, Your Honor. He just walked in the back of the courtroom.
Okay, no Dennis Lee, no Savion Porter, no Guilford Taylor present?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, bench warrant those. You can scan it to me to review and sign. Let's see. Are we ready on Mendenhall or do we need time on that one?
Just one moment, Your Honor. I'm discussing with the city. I believe Mr. Noble is here with his client. If the court would like to hear him.
Is that Jessica Haas?
That's correct, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed if the court is ready.
How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the defense just filed a motion to suppress today. We would be requesting an evidentiary hearing date.
Okay.
I spoke with Mr. Waddle. If the court would prefer, we can communicate outside the record and get a good date that would work for his witness and present it to the court.
We're gonna give you a date right now.
Okay.
What is this being set for? Sorry.
An
Motion
evidentiary
to
hearing.
suppress. Evidentiary hearing for motion to suppress.
It'll be January 14th at 11.
January 14th at 11.
Yes.
I made that mistake.
Do you have any other issues that we maybe need to go on the record for? If not, we're all set for this one.
That was the defense. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
sounds
you
good.
guys. Have a good day.
Same to you. Okay. Miss Sutter, which matter do you want to go on?
And if you'll give us, I apologize for the delay. If you'll give us just a moment, we're proceeding on Mendenhall. I do also have Mr. Lopez who is here and ready to go.
I think he's been waiting.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Eric Joel Lopez Jr., 24-02307, appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Lopez, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Lopez has a pretrial today for trespassing. How are we proceeding on this?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, the defendant will plead to the charge and will go to time served.
That's correct, Your Honor. I believe that time is at 2 days from arraignment, and Mr. Lopez is prepared to accept that offer today.
Is that correct, Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Okay, so you have the right in this matter where you're being charged with trespass to proceed to trial. You have the right to jury trial. So that means you have the right to require that the prosecution prove your guilt and prove each element of the charge of trespass beyond a reasonable doubt. So you enjoy the presumption of innocence, meaning you're innocent until they prove you guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you willing to give up your right to be presumed innocent or proven guilty and your right to trial?
Yes.
You also have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses that the city intended to call to testify against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses to trial or present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. And you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. These are all rights you would need to give up if you wanted to plead guilty to the charge. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to get you to give up your rights today and plead guilty?
No.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
Are you under any threats to plead guilty or any promises to plead guilty?
No.
As to the charge of trespass, how do you plead?
No.
Factual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lopez, is it true that on or about August 1st of 2024, you were present at the location of 601 North Larch Street?
Correct.
And is that in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And is that the city outreach?
Yes.
And on that date, were you asked to leave the outreach property?
Yes.
And did you fail to leave when asked?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing further, Your Honor. No questions.
The court satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept the plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently given. My understanding is that you have served 2 days, so I'll credit you to time served. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I believe that Mr. Love contacted the court, said he'll be here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
Mishawn Daffin just joined the virtual courtroom.
I apologize, Your Honor. Can you repeat that name one more time?
Mishawn Daffin, can you start your video, sir, if you can hear us? Okay.
Thank you.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Mishawn Daffin, 24L2822551 and 21-03290. Appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Daffin, who joins us via Zoom.
Today was the date that was scheduled for a pretrial for failure to display an operator's license, and then there's a show cause for domestic violence file. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I'd like to defer to the PD.
Thank you, Your Honor. Regarding the pretrial set for today, Mr. Daffin has been working on making some progress towards his license. Unfortunately, the thing holding at this point is financial burdens. He is seeking one last additional adjournment to allow himself to try and get the money together to reach compliance with his license if the court is so willing to grant that.
What's going on in the show cause? How much money does he owe, Ms. Nash?
$582.
Mr. Daffin, are you working?
Not at the moment. I've been trying to find jobs, but due to my criminal record, no job will hire me at the time. But I'm still looking. I'm supposed to be going to Michigan Works today to try to see if they can help me find a job.
Okay. Reset this into January, please.
Both matters.
Yes, please.
January 14th at 9:30.
January 14th at 9:30. Do you have any questions today, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Charlie Wingfield, 21-01647 and 648. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Wingfield. And Your Honor, if it is all right with the court, I'm having Mr. Wingfield sit because he's feeling, he recently underwent a surgery. He's in some pain right now.
Thank you. Actually, and I missed one of the files. I think it's another matter, 21L2645743. There's a pretrial for no ops, no insurance pretrial, and then a driving unregistered. How are we proceeding on these?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the city will dismiss the no ops charge to impeding. I'm sorry, amend the no ops charge to impeding. And we're dismissing the no insurance and driving unregistered charges.
Okay, dismiss the other and amend the no ops to impeding. Is he accepting responsibility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the fine is $135. When can he pay?
Your Honor, he would like through the middle of next month.
So December 16th, good?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, well, note that he'll pay $135 no later than December 16th. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see here. I'm looking for. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Chauncey Mendenhall, 24L2896368, 24L2832172, and 24L2896382. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter appearing today on behalf of Mr. Mendenhall, who is standing to my right.
Mr. Mendenhall has 3 files. There was a driving unregistered, a careless driving, and a no insurance. How are we proceeding on these?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the city will amend the careless driving to charge to interfering with traffic and dismissing the driving unregistered and no insurance charges.
And you said you're amending the careless to what?
Amending the careless driving charge to interfering with traffic.
Interfering with traffic, what is the penalty?
That is, Your Honor, that is a civil infraction with a $135 fine, 2 points on the license, and I can provide the MCL if you so desire.
Yes, please.
257.649.
Okay, Mr. Mendenhall wants to accept responsibility, understanding that that does come with 2 points, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Your fine is $135. When is he gonna pay?
Your Honor, he'd like to put down $100 today and have the remaining balance paid by the end of the month.
I'll note that he'll pay $100 today and that the balance will be paid no later than, let's see. I'll give him to the 3rd of December because the end of the month is a holiday, will be closed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Mr. Sturdivant, which matter are you looking to handle?
Sounds good.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Miss Littlejohn and Mr. Bartlett. Mr. Bartlett should be logging on to Zoom shortly. And my understanding is Miss Littlejohn logged in, but then she logged right out. So I'm not sure what's going on with her.
I'm not sure. I didn't actually see Miss Littlejohn. Maybe someone else did. I did see Mr. Bartlett earlier, but he did not start his video or audio. He didn't respond when we called his name. So he was very early.
Right.
Still very early. So okay, this is Littlejohn here. Let's see.
Just the Littlejohn. Nobody will pay.
We don't know what happened.
We'll need a breakout room with Miss Littlejohn. If I could.
Hi.
Can you start your video, ma'am?
Yes.
What is going on in the background?
I'm sorry, I'm over at my friend's house. I can ask him to be quiet.
Well,
1 second.
Yeah,
I
otherwise
told him I had a court meeting. 1 second, sorry. 1 second.
Miss Nash or Yolanda, if you can put her in the meeting room with her attorney, Mr. Stern, talk to her about how to turn her video on, and then obviously getting rid of the background noise.
Okay, they're being quiet now.
He wants to.
Who's on the Vortex ZG65 Pro? Please start your video. You need to unmute your device. We can't hear you.
Alias Griffin.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna put you on mute until they're ready to proceed. The courtroom's muted. I don't know if they're ready to proceed on anything.
Judge, what was his name?
No,
Alias Griffin.
Okay.
Are we ready on anything?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Love is here and ready to proceed.
I see Miss Orban. Didn't I just reset her? Or did I make that
Yes,
up?
Your Honor, she had a state case last week that you reset to December 10th. We're gonna be asking the court to do something similar here today. It's still the birth certificate.
Okay, if we could reset that one, I guess it'll be the 11th. Or, no, the 9th.
9.
You said you had who, Miss Sutter?
Mr. Elliot Love is arrived and is ready to go. This is December 9th.
Oh, from this morning. Okay,
Yes.
in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Elliot Lamar Love 24-03022. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Letter on behalf of Mr. Love, who is standing to my right.
Mr. Love has a pre-trial for trespassing. How are we proceeding on it?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe the defendant has agreed to plead to the charge.
Your Honor, we'd also be. I apologize, Your Honor, I spoke over you.
I was just wondering if that was accurate.
It is, Your Honor, and I believe both parties are going to be asking the court to consider waiving of cost due to indigency for Mr. Love.
That is correct, Your Honor.
He has no credit.
Your Honor, no, he does not.
Oh, okay. Mr. Love, you want to plead guilty to the charge of trespassing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. Okay, so you have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial. You have the right to jury trial, Mr. Love, and you have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. So that means you can require the city prove your guilt by proceeding to trial and having them prove each element of the charge of trespassing beyond a reasonable doubt. Is that a right that you want to give up, sir?
Yes.
Can you speak up louder, please?
Yes.
Okay, you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to have witnesses subpoenaed that would testify for you at trial. And you have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses the prosecution was going to call to testify against you. You would have to give up each of those rights as well today. You understand that?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to give these rights up?
No.
Any promises being exchanged if you waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
As to the charge of trespass, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Love, is it true that on or about October 2nd of 2024, you were present at or near Truck Court in North Larch?
Yes.
And is that in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, were you at a property where you knew you were no longer welcome to remain?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city?
No questions from the city, Your Honor.
Okay. The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently given. Where was the location of the trespass again?
It's Truck Court in North Larch, Your Honor. I believe Truck Court is an alley but near North Larch by the shelter.
Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming, Mr. Love, you don't have a place to reside?
Yes.
That's accurate?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and you're not employed?
No.
Okay, the fine is waived due to indigency status. You're all set. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Mr. Sturdivant, were you ready on your matter?
I believe so, Your Honor. I had emailed a police report to Miss Collins Green for printing because it will have to be a no contest plea. We do have an arrangement worked out on that file. Miss
Well,
Little.
doesn't need to be printed, it needs to be forwarded to me because I'm not in the courtroom.
Hi.
Oh, okay. I
Miss
can do.
Collins, if you email it to Miss Collins, she can forward it to me.
Okay. I did already do that, so.
Yes.
Yes.
You're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Macaria Littlejohn. File number 24-03245. Parents, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Gracias for the city of Lansing.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Sturdivant for Miss Littlejohn. We're both here on Zoom with consent.
Okay, today was the date Miss Littlejohn was supposed to proceed on a pretrial for a false information to police. And my understanding is that there's going to be a no contest plea.
That's correct, Your Honor. The city has offered to my client that if in exchange for a plea on this matter, she would be sentenced to time served. And then also another matter that she has with the city, it's actually pending in front of Judge Ward. That's case number 24-2741-OM, that would be dismissed as well as part of this plea agreement.
Okay, so there's a killer brew to time served because they can't offer a sentence, but they can.
Correct.
And then they're going to dismiss another matter.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is the reason for no contest plea?
Lack of memory due to intoxication.
Okay, and then how much time did she serve?
Your Honor, my understanding is that she would have credit for 2 days because she was arrested before midnight and then was released the following morning.
And Ms. Littlejohn, you want to proceed with a plea based on the offer that the people have extended to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, you have the following rights that you would have to give up if you wanted to plead no contest. That means you would have to give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty, and you do have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt by proceeding to jury trial and having them prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you willing to give that right up?
I guess I would like to plead no contest.
I didn't ask you that, ma'am. I asked you, did you understand the right that I just explained to you, and if you wanted to give that right up?
Yes, I understand.
And are you willing to give up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty?
Yes.
Okay, and so you are also willing to give up your right to proceed to jury trial?
Yes.
You're also willing to give up your right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You give up your right to question and confront in court any of the witnesses that they were going to call to testify against you. you give up your right to call your own witnesses to trial as well. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to give these rights up?
What was that?
Have there been any threats to you to get you to want to give up these rights?
No.
Any promises being extended to you that makes you want to give these rights up?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you're pleading no contest because you don't recall this incident?
Yes.
Okay, and that's because you were intoxicated?
Yes. I was hanging out with a friend. We went outside. She invited me to go outside. I don't know. As soon as we got outside, the police rolled up on us. And that's all I remember is me getting in the car. I don't even remember having a conversation with them at all or anybody else that night. All I remember is talking to her the whole night. And then she asked it out. Did I want to go out? Did I want to go outside and hang out with her? And we walked outside the outreach. And then I was like, I got arrested right after that.
This was following you being under the influence of something? Is that why you don't remember, or do you have something else?
I was drinking that day. I was kind of intoxicated. I just went in to go to sleep, but she was there. We were talking all night. We were like kicking it. And then she was like, oh, do you want to go outside and hang out for a little while longer? And then we both walked outside, and then it's like, I got arrested. I don't know. That's all I remember. And I don't remember even the conversation with them.
Okay, so that would be an appropriate reason why you would need to plead no contest, because you don't recall. So you are not disputing it. You'll plead no contest. I'll read the police report and see if there's enough evidence to support a conviction of the charge. Okay? Okay, so as to the charge of furnishing false information, you've indicated it, but I want you to say it at this point. Do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Okay, I do have a police report here from the Lansing Police Department for a date of October 24th, 2024 at approximately 1:20 in the morning in the area of 601 North Lar Street. That's in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. Officer Traverso stated he was dispatched to that area, which is also the area of the outreach location in Lansing, in response to a fight involving two females. An individual identified as Macaria Littlejohn was one of the involved parties. Officers made contact with Littlejohn, and she gave a false name and was subsequently arrested and transported to the Lansing Police Department lockup without incident.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. There was no fight that night. That's what I'm like. We were just going outside to hang out. We got into a fight before, but we squashed that. It's like we got into a fight and we squashed it, and we were trying to hang out.
Okay, so do you have a recollection of the events?
Yes.
Yes, you have a recollection?
It was no fight or argument, we were just in there talking, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to be quiet because they turned the lights off at 11 around 11 o'clock. I was like, yeah, I'm about to be quiet. And because we were like conversing, she was sitting right in front of me.
Okay, well, the reason for a no contest plea is not appropriate because she has a recollection of the event, she says.
I mean, I don't have a recollection. I mean, I have a recollection of some things. I just don't have a recollection of like when the police came, talking to them and giving them a false name.
Got it. So is it possible that if you don't recall that, maybe you don't recall having a altercation either? Is that possible? Or
it's possible. I don't think I did all that.
Okay, but you're confident that you don't recall having the interaction with the police, correct?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'll accept the no contest plea due to a lack of memory of that portion of the incident due to intoxication. And I find the plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently, and a entry of guilty or a conviction of guilt will be entered by way of no contest plea. You can address the court. I recognize there was a Killebrew agreement for a credit time served. She was arrested on the date of the incident and given a PR bond the next morning, you're saying?
Your Honor, I obviously asked that you follow the Killebrew agreement, but it doesn't appear she would have 2 days if the incident happened after midnight, she would only have credit for 1 day. So that would be my request. I mean, I think my client was intoxicated and she made poor decisions. Sounds like there were some poor decisions being made throughout the night, but in discussing this matter as well as the other matter that my client has pending, we've had discussions about, I don't think alcohol is for her, and I think she's starting to understand that. So I just asked the file the agreement and that she'd be allowed to put this matter behind her. Thank you.
Well, so it's alcohol alleged to have been a factor in the other matter that's pending?
That is correct.
Okay. I need to see her criminal history. Can someone send it to me, please? Off the record.
Does she have one in her file?
She probably has it for me.
Is it for one?
Yeah, it's not. So many.
Are we ready on Mr. Griffin?
And if you'll grant us just a couple of minutes, the city and I are discussing that case right now.
And then Sean Hagen, can you start your video, please?
No. You speak English. Why don't you say more?
Make sure the audio's on. I think it is on.
Does I talk too much?
Can't hear.
Can you start your video, Larry Owens?
How do you do the video?
I can't believe I made one recording from you. Sorry.
How you start this video?
Your video started, sir.
talking about the public written. And this, you know, they didn't drop on time. Michigan came and number 3 or number 4, Griffin State, United States of America. Michigan came number 3 or number 4.
Miss Littlejohn, can you tell the people in the background that you're still in court?
Okay, she said I'm still in court. I'm trying to get this case dropped. He said he apologizes.
Miss Littlejohn, while we're waiting, it's probably best you mute yourself.
Okay, I'm about to go in the other room.
Thank you.
They were just interested in, they didn't want to see me get in any trouble.
Okay, Miss Littlejohn, that's fine. You don't have to overshare. You're on a Zoom with a bunch of other people, okay? Just mute yourself and wait your turn. Thank you.
All right.
What?
Who's the individual with the hood on?
Hi, my name is Brandon Freeman.
You can remove your hood.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just had a messed up hair day. I didn't want everybody to see me like that.
You knew you was coming to court, so you should have got up early, got your hair together.
Yeah, you already know.
Mr. Freeman, okay. I'm gonna put you on mute until we're ready to proceed on your case.
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, I was waiting to speak with Mr. Griffin in a breakout room. I didn't see that he ever joined me.
Which one do I join?
If you're on your phone, if you tap
They're
the screen,
both in breakout room 3. I don't know.
yeah. So to join that, Mr. Griffin, you need to tap on your screen and find an icon up in the upper left corner that'll say breakout room. Click that and it'll send you into the room you were invited to.
I don't see it. All I see is like a speaker button, a camera flip button.
Ms. Nash, can you switch them to a different room? He'll get a new alert. I think he found it.
Thank you. Oh.
Ms. Collins, are you sending me? I'm waiting for her criminal history.
Yes, she doesn't have a SID number and it's not allowing me to print. I'm trying another way of going in there. They don't have a SID number in there for.
Okay, never mind. Back on the record in the matter of Littlejohn. Credit time served. You're all set, Miss Littlejohn. You're muted, ma'am. I don't know if she left. I'm not sure. I assume so. So I'm gonna remove her, Mr. Sturdivant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And may I speak with Mr. Hagen briefly as well?
I think it put me back in your breaking room. I pressed leave breaking room.
Yep, you're all set, Mr. Griffin. You're where you're supposed to be.
Oh, that's where I'm supposed to be. So I ain't got to click out something?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Hello.
We hear you, Mr. Bartlett. We're just waiting for Judge to call your case.
Okay, thank you. What happened? What happened?
You fucking touching shit. You shouldn't be.
May I also speak with Mr. Freeman?
Yep. Okay, let's see.
I did after that. I thought it was just, okay, I'll say, just let the jury marinate on that.
Okay, the courtroom's unmuted. What are we ready on?
Yep.
Bartlett. Bartlett. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus David Bartlett, 24-02926. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Being assertive for Mr. Bartlett, who is appearing by Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Bartlett had a pretrial for a trespass on a red tag property. How are we proceeding on that today?
Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment. We had adjourned previously to obtain discovery, and I believe the city is still working on that. Some parts of the video have to be redacted, so that's the basis for the request.
Okay, we will reset that one so that discovery can be properly provided.
That is correct, Your Honor.
December 16th at 10.
Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Mr. Bartlett, you're free to go. Are we ready on Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Alias Griffin, 24-03298. Appearance for the record, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Griffin, who joins us via Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Griffin oops, I didn't mean to do that. Mr. Griffin was here today for a pretrial on failure to obey. How are we proceeding on it?
Yes, Your Honor, based on our conversations with the PD, we have agreed to amend the failure to obey charge to a breach of the peace.
Breach of the peace civil infraction?
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Griffin intends to accept.
Okay, the fine is $135. When's he gonna pay?
Your Honor, he would like to have through the end of November to make that payment.
Okay, we'll give him to December 30th. I'm sorry, it's December 3rd, because the end of the month, the court will be closed for Thanksgiving holiday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're all set, Mr. Griffin, unless you have questions for me.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Okay, let's see. Remove him from the virtual courtroom. Okay, and we're ready on Mr. Hagen.
I am, Your Honor. I just sent an email to Mr. Waddell a few minutes ago. I don't know if he's had the chance to review that.
Okay, what about Mr. Freeman?
Same email, Your Honor.
Okay, so and then I know you need to speak with Mr. Owens.
That's correct.
Is the city ready on Freeman or Hagen?
Yes, sir. I'm just responding to Miss Sutter's email so she knows what the offer is.
Okay. Okay, and you can someone put Miss Sutter in the room with Mr. Owens. Are we ready on Freeman and Hagen?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. We're also ready on Owens, Your Honor.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus John Hagen, 24L2903301, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Mr. Hagen, who joins us via Zoom.
Today was the date that was scheduled. This was for failure to display pre-trial. Was there a resolution on this?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hagen has provided a valid driver's license, and we have agreed to dismiss the charge at this time.
No objection, Your Honor.
Motion to dismiss is granted. You're all set, Mr. Hagen. You're muted, so we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. My phone had cut out there for a second.
No problem. Your case was dismissed, so you're all set.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I hope y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you. On the record, in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Brandon Freeman, -00072, appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Mr. Freeman, who's joining us via Zoom.
Okay,
How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Freeman is present via Zoom, and there is a driving while license is suspended pre-trial. Was there a resolution on this?
At this time, Your Honor, I'd like to defer to the PD.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd be requesting an adjournment at this time. He's been asked to make some progress or compliance with his license. We'd be asking for some time to allow him to do that. The court is going to allow at least 30 days.
Yeah, you can reset the matter.
January 14th at 8:30.
January 14th at 8:30. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Freeman?
Excuse me?
Did you hear your next court date?
Yeah, January 14th.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well then you're all set. We'll see you on January 14th.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Okay, and then I have the city of Lansing versus Larry Owens Jr. 24-03041, and then there's 24L2890031 appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Mr. Owens, who joins us via Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Owens had a failure to stop after property damage accident that was scheduled for pretrial, and then a failure to display an operator's license scheduled for pretrial. Was there a resolution on these?
At this time, Your Honor, we have agreed on an adjournment for the defendant.
To meet with the Secretary of State and make progress towards obtaining a license.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Does he already have an appointment with Secretary of State?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, you can reset it into January.
January 14th at 8:30.
January 14th, 8:30 in the morning. Mr. Owens, you're muted, but if you can unmute and confirm you got your court date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions for the court today?
No, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing from defense.
You're all set, sir. Thank you.
Thank you too. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
We also have Mr. Martinez present in the courtroom and he's ready to proceed.
Okay, this is the matter of the city of Lansing versus Alejandro Martinez, 24-02697. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasquez for the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Martinez, who is standing to my right.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You have a pretrial today. This is for a high blood alcohol content and an open intox driver. Was there an offer on this?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we have agreed for an adjournment so the defendant can get an assessment.
That's correct, Your Honor. The city attorney's office has asked Mr. Martinez to do an assessment prior to making any offer. We'd be asking for time for him to do that.
January 21st at 8:30.
January 21st at 8:30. Does Mr. Martinez have any questions for the court today?
No questions, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set, sir.
Have a good one.
Gonna wait for you. Sir, the holiday.
Oh, okay. Have we seen, is it Abdul Soul?
Abdul Rasul is here, Your Honor. However, we cannot find an interpreter.
Bonnie just texted me and she said that they have a Sudanese one, and he says Arabic, but she says the system says Sudanese.
Most of so what's their plan?
My understanding from a prior client is that Sudanese is a form of Arabic, but is not the form of Arabic that Mr. Abdul Rasul speaks. Unfortunately, he doesn't understand much more beyond my saying hello to him.
It's not the same, so I don't understand why that was emailed back. Are we getting an interpreter today or no?
She said we can go on the language line and use Sudanese.
We can't use
it. It's not gonna work. Yeah, I explained that.
So we requested an interpreter?
It looks like Paige did.
And one did not appear?
Correct.
For what reason?
Bonnie said that it went unassigned.
Okay, so I'll be reset.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll try and explain that to him.
December 16th at 10.
Okay, that'll be reset for December 16th at 10. Let's see, did we see Noel Johnson?
I have not, Your Honor.
Okay, that'll be a bench warrant. And then Jessica Church present?
Your Honor, she's in custody out of county.
Actually, she was written over.
She was written over, I'm being told.
So she's downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, what about Charles Cotum?
He should also be either on Polycom.
Should be on Polycom. I need to call them.
He's an ICJ, Your Honor.
No, they've not put him on. I'll let you all call the jail on that and then bring Church up.
Thank you.
Bring Church up.
Johnson knows a bench warrant.
I have Mr. Cotum on Zoom from Polycom. Are we ready on his matter?
We are ready on Mr. Cotum, Your Honor.
Okay, and did we bring up Church?
Yes, Your Honor, she just arrived in the courtroom.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Charles Demario Cotum, 19-03636. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Martin Vasquez for the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Cotum, who joins us via Polycom.
Okay, Mr. Cotum had a blood alcohol content 0.17 or higher pretrial scheduled for today. Did we resolve this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I'd like to defer to the PD.
Thank you, Your Honor. The city has done their standard here of asking for an assessment to be done. Mr. Cotum is willing to do that assessment. However, if making a request there would involve a request regarding bond, if the court will allow that.
He's being held on this matter?
He currently has a $500 cash or surety bond in this matter. I believe that was requested because parole currently has a hold on him. Parole will not come in and handle that until his bond here allows a release, essentially. So in order for Mr. Cotum to accomplish that assessment here, he needs to be released from custody. Given that, I would be asking the court here to consider modifying the bond to a PR bond so that parole can come handle their matter with him so he can be released to do the assessment.
Yolanda, can you scan me the ROA, please? Of the file.
It's right here. Thank you. Judge, was that just the front page or was it this back page too?
I need the entire ROA, so if there's more than one page, both, please.
I'm saying which one was sent over?
That was just the front page, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the front page, because I see his arraignment notes. Okay. Let's see.
So the court is aware. He also has another case that has a bond that is going to keep him in custody until next week as well.
Okay, I reviewed the file because I was, it wasn't likely that we gave him a cash surety bond because he had a parole hold. It was more likely than not, it's because he doesn't come to court, and that's indicative by the file notes. Looks like April 29, 2020, he was arraigned. He failed to appear since then. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was supposed to, we adjourned this back in November 2021 for him to get his substance abuse assessment. We set it for December 21st. He failed to appear. And then we didn't see him again after 5 failure to appears until from 2021 until now. But he was arraigned on this matter in 2020. I'm not resetting it for him to go missing again, and he doesn't take any responsibility for why he doesn't appear in court. He just gives.
Griffin, I would, or Mr. Cotum, I wouldn't recommend speaking.
There's been excuses for not knowing how to use Zoom, excuses for living in Muskegon and not having transportation when he could have appeared via Zoom. And so he had ample time to go and get a substance abuse assessment. We're not resetting this with a PR bond. So he's going to either figure it out and post the bond because of his unlikelihood to appear back in court. I've already had this file open for almost 5 years.
Would the court be willing to consider a 10% bond?
His bond is $5,000 cash surety.
I believe it's 500 cash surety, Your Honor.
500 cash surety.
On this file, he has another file with the court that is $1,000. That is set for pretrial next week.
What's the charge?
I believe it's domestic violence, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is it set for next week? A pretrial?
That's correct.
And so he hasn't posted that bond either?
Correct.
So I'm assuming that the assumption is that there's going to be a request to amend the bond next week, or?
Yes.
But it's not likely to happen because he doesn't appear in court. That's choices he made. The court didn't do it. We gave you PR bonds in the past. He doesn't use them well. So he doesn't have the ability demonstrated by his action to appear on his own recognizance. This bond, which is set at 500 cash surety, I'll amend it to 300 cash surety. But he will not get a PR bond. Do you have any questions, Mr. Cotum? Could you keep raising your hand?
Yes, I just wanted to say that I know that I have made some poor decisions in the past. I'm just getting out of prison, and I'm trying my best to change and do better.
I can appreciate that, but it doesn't take 4.5 years for you to get a substance abuse assessment to resolve a case file that begins in 19. That means that this case was opened in 2019. And short of 2 months, it'll be 2025. So your actions result in consequences. And so now you're reaping the consequences of those actions. So recognizing that you made some poor decisions does not register to me that I need to now release you on your own recognizance. You've shown us time and time again that when released on your own recognizance, you don't do what you're supposed to do. So now you have to navigate it a different way. okay? And that's the result of your actions, okay?
Yes, ma'am. But
Any,
when I,
any additional,
when I
any
am-
additional? Any additional?
Your Honor, would the court consider a short recess so that the city and I can continue discussions?
You said a short recess of what?
So that the city and I can continue discussions here if Mr. Cotum is unable to do an assessment in custody?
I will, I'll have no problem resetting it. I reset it for a time period for him to go and get the assessment, but I'm not gonna do it with the PR bond. He's gonna have to post.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
And I
So
understand that,
it's
Your Honor.
whatever
And
you
just
want.
given.
If you want a shorter adjournment, we can do that. So it's up to you.
Yes, Your Honor. At this point, I'd ask for a short one so the city and I can meet to discuss whether another offer is in any world possible absent that assessment. And I expect if it's not, I may be making a written request for a further adjournment for him to post the bond and get the assessment done.
Sounds good. And there's also the option that he can be assessed by probation and pay the fee to probation.
They refuse to do so without a plea, Your Honor.
We can give you a short adjournment.
Thank you.
November 25th at 8:30.
November 25th at 8:30 is the next court date, and then he has another one on another court case on the 26th. Is that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm assuming for that one, it's just a pretrial for the 26th matter.
That's correct, Your Honor. That's correct, Your Honor. Sorry, Addie, did you say 8:30 or 10:30?
8:30.
Thank you.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Cotum. On the record in the matter of the
I need a moment to speak with Ms. Church. I haven't been able to yet.
I'm trying to understand why I have feedback. You need a minute to speak with Ms. Church?
Yes, please. Thank you. She was brought up into the courtroom just before we went on the record with Mr. Cotum.
Okay, I was just removing the jail.
Thank you.
Okay, on the record of the matter of the city of Lansing versus Jessica Church 24-02231. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martin Vasic for the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Church, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Ms. Church had a pretrial for furnishing false information scheduled for today. Was there a resolution offered on this?
Yes, Your Honor. This time the city will agree to amend the charge to hinder and oppose and appropriate the time served.
That's correct, Your Honor, and I believe that time credit stands at 11 days.
What was her bond, Ms. Nash?
$510%.
And so, Ms. Church, you want to plead to the amended charge of hinder and oppose?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You have the following rights that you would need to understand and give up if you wanted to plead guilty to the amended charge of hindering and oppose. You have the right to proceed to trial, and that's the right to a jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, and to require that the city prove your guilt by proving each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at any trial and not have that silence be used against you. You can waive silence and testify at your trial if you'd like. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses that the city intends to call to testify against you, and the right to subpoena witnesses to testify for you at your trial. Do you understand each of those rights, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you willing to give those rights up today in order to enter a guilty plea to the amended charge of hindering and oppose an officer?
Yes.
Is anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Has there been any promises made in exchange for you entering a guilty plea to the amended charge?
No.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
Okay. You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current or future employer?
That.
Do you understand that this is a conviction of something you might
Yes.
have to report?
Yes.
It also could have impact on where you could travel or get immigration status. You understand that?
Yes.
As to the amended charge of hindering oppose, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Factual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Church, is it true that on or about July 23rd of 2024, you were present at or near Maryland Ave and Congress Street?
Yes.
Is that in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, did you come into contact or communication with Lansing police officers?
Yes.
And you knew they were Lansing police officers?
Yes.
And did they direct you to do something or ask you to do something?
Yes.
And those provide your correct name and date of birth?
That's correct.
And is it true that you did not do that?
Yes.
Your Honor, I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city?
No questions from the city, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently given. Sentences, credit, time served, and you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.